Well, welcome to today's edition of AM Minnesota. I'm sure we're going to talk about, well, we got a lot to talk about here with Nort Johnson from the Chamber. I'm going to let him introduce his guest. But before I do that, I'm pretty excited. Not that I'm not excited about today's show.
Okay.
But tomorrow, Lou Cornicelli, Dr. Lou Cornicelli,
Nice.
from the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources, is on this program. We're going to talk about their chronic wasting disease testing. 3 locations in Minnesota, including down in my former neck of the woods in the Spring Valley area.
That's good. They need to keep track of that. So I'm glad that they're going to open up the testing a little wider.
So we're going to talk about that tomorrow, and then BA's on Friday to talk about their upcoming open house, which is, I believe, next Tuesday, or no, Wednesday, November 8th, I think, is the open house. So those are a couple of, election day is Tuesday, you know that, don't you know?
Yes it is. Yes it is. We've got a big issue in Faribault.
We do?
Isn't the, yeah, we do? Yeah, that bond issue. So I know that you've had some pretty good conversations with folks on that.
Yes, we have. So you want to introduce our guest, because you're more...
I do want to introduce our guest. I'm very excited to introduce my guest. So the Chamber of Commerce has recently closed the deal, and we brought Chuck Thiele on board as our member relationship director. Well, mostly we just work for the chamber. We're not too into titles anyway, right, Chuck?
Yeah, exactly right. I'm a chamber employee, and I'm so happy to be there. We're gonna have so much fun.
Yeah.
And where are you coming from?
I am coming from the radio industry. So I was in sales in the radio industry, account executive, and I used to have a furniture store downtown Faribault. So I just know a lot of people in Faribault, and I think I'm kind of connected. So it was just a nice fit.
More than kind of connected. Chuck's been involved with the chamber for quite a while with our Y pros and our chamber ambassadors, and really familiar with the business community in Faribault, and you know, just a pretty darn good guy. So we're happy to have him on board to help round out our team.
Well, congratulations. I don't know, during the interview process, I'm assuming they asked you what your vision for this position might be?
Yeah, we have talked about that quite a bit, and I think we're still tweaking some things as I'm getting started here. This is my 8th day at the chamber, so I have a lot of learning to do still.
Yeah, you do, but the intuition is the big thing, and you know, Chuck and I both have a blessing that we're working at an organization that's incredibly healthy, incredibly vibrant. I've been tasked in my past to take leadership roles in organizations that were somewhat broken. That's not the case at all in Faribault. The Chamber of Commerce has been
very strong,
very strong, very vital. Really, I mean, if we're tasked with anything, it's to measure up and then keep all the equity that chamber has built, and then do our very best to bring the chamber forward, kind of along with the vision for Faribault, out of the Vision 2040, and make sure that we're relevant. So
I know Elaine did a great job, and then Kim grew that, and
absolutely.
I'm sure you guys will be growing it to the next level. Who knows? The ceiling, the sky's the limit, right?
We'll be working hard on that.
We'll talk more about that, but I have to take a break here. Get our opening market report, a service of your KDHL Agri Boosters, including Northland Buildings. For quality post-frame construction, check them out at their website, northlandbuildings.com. Then we're going to come back and talk more with Chuck and Nort. Boy, that sounds like a radio show, doesn't it?
It does.
The Chuck and Nort Show. I kind of like that. Anyway, we'll come back and talk to them more about the Chamber, Winterfest. We got all kinds of things to cover when AM Minnesota continues.
John Perkins, Brownfield.
Yeah.
Thanks, John. That's your opening market report, a service of your KDHL Agri Boosters. Here on AM Minnesota today, we're doing our bi-monthly visit with folks in the Chamber. I'm assuming Chuck will be coming on maybe on a somewhat regular basis too, huh, Nort?
I think probably we'll rotate Chuck and maybe Cassie,
talk about membership stuff.
Maybe Kelly. Yeah, we've got a lot of action going on at the chamber, and everybody has their area of where they concentrate their efforts. But we're a small office, so there are those things that everybody works on, and certainly promotion and communications and community relations, that's on everybody's plate.
Now, Chuck, you know how much fun radio is.
I sure do.
Of course, there's not a lot of money in it.
Yeah, well, yes, that's true too, I guess.
But you're working, no, Chamber's nonprofit, right?
Correct.
Nonprofit organization.
Right on.
What made you decide, hey, maybe I ought to switch careers here?
Well, I'm a single dad with a couple kids and a mortgage payment, and it's important for me to do my very best to support my girls. So ultimately, that was part of the decision. The other decision is, Nort and I have had a really good relationship over the last few years since he's been here.
Going on 3.
And the idea of working for Nort sounds like a fantastic idea. You know, he's a great guy. He's well connected.
We gotta get him out the door when the show's over now, Chuck. So.
Yes, don't watching my head swell here.
No, but you know, just in talking, he's just a fantastic guy. So I'm very excited to see what the chamber has to come. Kim has done some fantastic things at the chamber, and I know Nort is going to do those same fantastic things, along with other things that maybe haven't happened yet, or might just be on the back burner. So.
Well, it's kind of interesting, Nort, because Kim came from here to the chamber.
Right.
Kelly came from here to the chamber. Chuck comes from radio to the. Is there something going on here?
You know, I'm starting to wonder, is there some sort of I don't know what the connection might be, other than evidently there's good folks at radio stations and good folks at chambers of commerce, and so, you know, like birds like to fly together.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll leave it at that. So are everybody's egos sufficiently stroked? Because if they're not, you've got a problem right now. So
probably too soon, Chuck. But do you have some ideas about, you know, things you want to see happen, or is it too soon? I mean, you're 8 days into the job. I understand that.
Yeah, you know, it might be too soon. Obviously, you know, being out in the community and meeting people is very high on my priority list, and I think that's a lot what Nort and I have talked about in the last few days. So that's very important. Beyond that, yeah, I think it might be a little too soon. You know, I need to learn more.
Obviously, you want to grow the chamber. That's the idea of the position, right?
Absolutely. Yep, that's a huge priority. Yep.
Get more members.
Yeah, well, even, you know, this day and age, with the way communication takes place, we're inundated with all kinds of opportunities to be involved. And so at one point, for chambers of commerce, everybody needed to be part of the chamber, because that's the way communication took place. And while there were many other, and still are many other important endeavors that the chamber undertakes that benefits members, some of them aren't as relevant. A chamber, I'll just say a printed chamber directory, that was key, and you had to be in it. So you just wanted to be part of that. Well, most of us don't do printed directories anymore, because we've got this crazy thing called I always just jokingly call it the interweb, but you know, the internet and Google search makes that so much less relevant. So our programming it has been evolving to make sure that we're relevant for members, and we've been doing a great job for that. At the same time, you don't want to sit back. And what I'm getting at is maintaining membership numbers is actually a goal, and then building is the secondary goal for that.
Sure.
So,
and you're thinking, you were involved in the Young Professionals Organization, right,
Mm-hmm.
Chuck?
Yep.
So that's an area that I'm sure you're targeting, you know, for growth. And as Nort just said, they communicate in different ways. There's a thing called Twitter and a thing called Facebook, and
Absolutely.
there's LinkedIn, and
Mm-hmm.
there's all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Absolutely. I think there's like Nort said, I think there might be like a generational gap. So when we opened our furniture store, the very first thing my dad did was go to the Chamber of Commerce. That's the very first thing that he did. And just looking back at it, if I were to start the furniture store today by myself without my parents, I that's not the first thing I would have done. So I think by connecting with the young professionals, with the YPro community, I think it's huge, and just to educate them on, you know, what the chamber does. It does way more than I ever thought. So I think
Yeah,
it's
you're
very
not-
important.
You're not saying that you wouldn't have eventually gone to the chamber. What you're saying is it wouldn't have been the first thing you did.
Exactly right.
The first
Yeah.
thing you did would have been to come over here and get some, radio ads to promote furniture store.
That's right.
No,
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, that's, I mean, promotion, it's all
Yes,
about that. If you want
absolutely.
to do well. So speaking of promotion and things that the chamber does and working on being relevant, the quick lead into this is there's in Division 2040 documents for the city of Faribault that they spent a lot of time and effort putting together, there's a little note that indicates Faribault should develop some sort of winter festival activity. The Main Street Group is spearheading this year on December 2nd our inaugural winter festival.
I know it's going to be. You're going to have a lighted parade boogieing downtown.
Absolutely, there's going to be a movie, a kids movie. Now this is a partnership between the Chamber's Main Street organization and our friends on the south side of Central. Mona and Paul and Delane are all also involved with this, and we've got 3 events for our hometown holidays, with the first one being our Shop Small Saturday. That's the day after Black Friday, and that's where you can come and get your unique and awesome and real gifts in all of the businesses in Faribault, not just downtown. And then on Thursday, November 30th, that's our downtown business open house, and we'll have the sleigh rides, and we've got an ice sculptor doing his work on the corner of Central and 4th, on the Hartman Insurance corner. So we'll be having a live ice carving being done there.
When's that start?
That I think he's going to start about 5 or 5:30 on the block. I don't know if we got 1 block or 2 big blocks of ice.
No,
for him
this
to
is
do.
on the 25th.
That's on the 30th, Thursday the 30th, for the downtown holiday open house.
Okay.
And then we have a number of sponsors helping us. We've got sleigh rides, horse-drawn sleigh rides or carriage rides again downtown. And then on Saturday, December 2nd, that's kind of a big day. There will be a kids movie that we've got sponsorship help with. We also have the lighted parade, and that'll start at 5 o'clock. And immediately following that, we're going to have a winter street dance downtown, and you can. The location is set. We've got pending final approval of the city, but it'll be the alley right behind Chapee Jewelers and F-Town in between there. That'll be I think it's city parking lot number 11, but we've got live music. There'll be a heated tent. We'll have other heating devices, if that's burning barrels or other propane heaters. There'll be
Who's the entertainment?
the entertainment. We've got the Old Country Boys, and pending a phone call today, we may have a return trip from Abe Coran and the Blue Rooster from Duluth. They were down for our flannel formal this spring, and the Old Country Boys played there as well. Everybody loved it. It's just good fun live music. So it's going to be a pretty good time. We're soliciting floats for the lighted parade. Give us
There's
a
no
call at
entry
the
fee,
chamber.
right?
Pardon me?
There's no entry fee for the parade.
No entry fee this year for parade. We just want you in there. So, and you can do a family float. You can do a club float. I know Peter Van Sluis has got the Elks Lodge bringing a float in for sure. They've already got the plans on that. Burkert-Smyer Shoes with our Grand Marshal for this year's parade, Mr. Bruce Burkert-Smyer.
Should be,
Mr.
yes.
Downtown Faribault.
Yeah, very good pick.
So they're setting up. So we're happy that Bruce is our inaugural Grand Marshal.
So you have
They'll have
lighted
one in
shoes
there.
on the float. Lots of lighted shoes.
Lots of lighted shoes. So, but a float can be as simple as a couple of rocking chairs in the back of a pickup with a couple of VIPs, or a couple of grandpa and grandmas if you want a family float.
But it has to be lit, right?
Yep, we need them lit. Need to hang some lights on it. So, and I've seen some really elaborate floats as well. And we welcome anybody to participate. You can get that information from Kelly at the Chamber of Commerce.
A month from tomorrow.
Month from tomorrow. Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. So
I'm really looking forward to that event. It's going to be a fun new thing to have in town. I do always think of the weather, and with all the warming devices, I think we're all going to be just fine.
it'll be just fine.
It's going to be a blast.
We should be able to handle cold weather.
That's true. Yeah.
So do we get to come and somebody get to come and visit with you next Wednesday on AM Minnesota?
Wednesday after next.
All right.
We're in Northfield every other Wednesday.
All right, because we're working on one other thing, and we're hoping it comes to fruition. I just hate to tease everybody that we'd have a classic snowmobile show downtown and not have it come to fruition, but
Yeah.
that's being worked on right now. There's a pretty good chance that we're going to call it the slide-in. We'll set them up on one block, kind of like we do our car cruises,
Well,
but vintage snowmobiles parked. So just that'll be a lot of
Wow,
fun.
your next slide in here will be November 15th.
All right. So
Perfect.
we'll get
Just
the news
so
out.
you know.
Very good.
Next week we'll be at Professional Pride Realty again with our Northfield show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Good partners.
Yep.
Good
We do you
partners.
guys a couple times a month, and we do them a couple times a month. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's. I think it's good information to share out in public and good
I know
opportunity for
you
us.
have a good working relationship with the chambers there and in Owatonna, right?
Absolutely. In fact, we just met yesterday. We promote our communities together. In fact, if you go on visit faribault.com, we've got a Faribault calendar, and then we also have the mini road trip calendar, which includes events in excuse me, in Northfield and Owatonna, and we all do that. We all make sure that if there's something going on in our communities that we can share with everyone, we're happy to do that. It's good partnership. Good partnership.
So, just in summary here, because there's a lot of dates we've been throwing out. November 25th,
Shop Small Saturday.
special promotions on that day in all the stores?
All the stores. We've got gear, shopping bags and mats and balloons, all this stuff at the office at businesses all around Faribault are picking up for that. And so
Do you have chamber bucks?
we do chamber bucks. This year, in the shopping bags that many of our local retailers are going to have, we are placing an information sheet that has a number. Each bag has a unique number, and you'll be able to go either call the chamber or go on the website, and if your number happens to be one of the ones that have been picked, you're going to win a chamber check.
For how much?
There's going to be a $100 chamber check, there'll be a couple $50 chamber checks, and there's going to be some other prizes as well.
Wow.
So, and
There's
the
nothing
shopping
to
bags
sneeze
are
No.
the shopping bags will be free. And again, inside each shopping bag, there has already been placed
Mm-hmm.
your winning number. Now, we won't draw the numbers until the bags are out there, so there's no chance that we can manipulate it. Once it's out there, then we're going to draw the numbers. So we won't know who has what, but then we know the range of numbers that we have. So
Do you have a limited number of bags then?
there's a limited number of bags. I think it's 300. Chuck says it's
600.
600. There's
Yeah.
600
Oh, okay.
bags.
Well,
So
double that.
yeah, well, if that's the case, then there'll be $200 prizes and two $50 prizes and other prizes.
Wow. They're
It's gonna
paying
be
you to
fun.
shop in Faribault, Chuck.
Isn't that great?
No, Chuck's first paycheck just got smaller. That's what happened there. Had to get it from somewhere.
They didn't tell you about that, Chuck.
Well, now I know.
That's,
Okay.
that's how we fund things. That's how we fund things.
Okay.
No, and it's great. You know, in Faribault, I shop here a lot, obviously, and I mean from one end of town to the other. I mean, out at the mall and Farm and Home, we have a good relationship there. Ace down here, the shops downtown, and I can't name everything, but there's just you can get it here. You can get it in Faribault, and when you do that, you're supporting your hometown. There's a study that shows when you spend $1 downtown, or you spend $1 out at Farm and Home or at the mall, when you spend $1 locally, it stays, on average, they stay in the community 7 times.
Yeah.
It circulates around. So that $1 becomes $7. If you spend that $1 somewhere else, that's where it gets circulated. So shop locally when you can. It's important. We want to, we talk about often how, gosh, we've lost some businesses, or gosh, I feel bad that we don't have as much here. Well, the way that you prevent loss and the way that you help local amenities and businesses grow is by spending your dollars here. So I know we work real hard at that, and it's a pleasure to be able to do that. So
That's one of the selling points you'll be telling your members, Chuck, is that, you know, the chamber goes to bat for your business with Shop Small Saturday and events like that.
Yep, exactly right. That's a great talking point. You know, shopping local is so very important, and it's something we stress with giving away 600 bags and just promoting local shopping. So yeah.
you bet. So you know, skip Black Friday and have a break and stay away from the mobs and get all your shopping done in Faribault on Shop Small Saturday. I think that's a good theme.
Mm-hmm. It'll be a fun day around town for sure.
No
That's
doubt.
a national promotion, though, right?
It is a national
Shop Small
promotion.
Saturday.
And we've been doing it for a long time, helping spearhead that. The ones that actually do it, of course, are our local business partners who are out there every day, you know, working hard to make their small shop relevant in town, and we should do what we can to help them out. That's for sure.
It hasn't been around as long as Black Friday,
I don't know that.
and I don't think it's been around as long as Cyber Monday. The Shop Saturday, I'm saying.
Okay, Shop Small.
Saturday. Yeah. I could be wrong on that.
Well, we know that it's here this year.
Yes. And it's been around the last few years, at least.
You bet. You know, speaking of Shop Small, we had we talked a little bit about this last time. We had our downtown business challenge. We've gotten a ton of really good feedback on that process, and from contestants and from the judging panel and from our partners. We just talked about it at the Business Before Hours this morning, and Ramon Rodriguez was actually at our Business Before Hours, so we've engaged him in the business community already, and he's involved with some chamber things, and they're already now have plans there. They were the winner of our Downtown Business Challenge, the Rough Acres Market, and they're moving into the front of the building, the Fleckenstein building, and they're also getting ready to start offering their first classes. The cooking classes, that's destination stuff. That's things people do on date night. And I know Kim Anderson was just describing to me last week, her granddaughter and herself, they go do a cooking class for, just a really fun activity.
Sure.
And so we'll be launching some of those things. Ramon and his partners will be launching those things in downtown. Another reason to come down, another activity, another reason to stay local, shop local. Tiffany Tripp was at our, Gray's Farms was at our event this morning, and her connection, so this is all like real recent, but she and her partner have an organic farm. They do hogs and chickens and ducks, and they distribute their products in Twin Cities and locally. So and she loads up duck eggs and chicken eggs and goes delivering around. And she has those available at Rough Acres Market. And I think you can get them at the bakery.
Yep, or Hy-Vee.
Or Hy-Vee. So yeah, it's Crack It On Bakery. So
yep.
Another local business that's growing, and happy that Ramon is able to offer another outlet for them to put their awesome products out there.
Yeah, they're gonna have a
It's a lot of little things, Gordy.
Winter's Farmers Market's back too, you know.
That is, and she organizes that as well. That's at the Paradise Center for the Arts. You weren't available Saturday night, but it was a good event there Saturday night for the 10th anniversary for the Paradise.
I'll bet it would be.
It was just a hoot. There's a ton of people there. I'm on that board as well, so I know Kristen pretty well, and you know what another addition to the Faribault crowd, having Kristen Twitchell as the director of the Paradise, and she and Tiffany have worked together last year to put the Winter Farmers Market in Paradise. That's going again this year, and you know they put this event together, said how do we make it pop and make it relevant, and they had spirit tasting and beer tasting and live music. They had the dessert bar was upstairs in the Paradise. They had demonstrations going on. They had a silent auction. They had a program. Mike Lambert, Faribault kid, He's the one that wrote that the play from last
Yeah,
year.
Wrapped in Love and Glory.
Yeah, and he emceed the event. It was dynamite. Just a fantastic time in Faribault. Staying local. It was really good.
That's what it's all about. They're going to do a seminar, a training event for farmers market vendors this Saturday at the Paradise.
Oh, awesome.
1 until 3, and it's $10 to participate.
Thanks for that. I appreciate. That one
Downtown
was not on my
classroom.
radar. I'm glad you brought that up, Gordy.
No, not a problem.
And Tiffany did talk this morning that they have a bunch of new vendors.
Cool.
So it's going to be nice. It's going to be different. It's going to be bigger. So it's a really nice thing to have in town. It really is.
Well, with Tiffany in charge, I know they'll have eggs, and I love fresh eggs. I go
You
to
bet.
the farmer's market to get my eggs normally. So.
Now, do you do the duck eggs? Have you had the
I haven't
duck
done
eggs?
that yet, but I've been told that they're
you
the
know,
best things to use for baking.
They did deviled duck eggs at the Taste of Faribault. They're pretty fun. Yeah,
Oh,
they
that
did.
sounds awesome.
That was pretty good. You know, last year also, Uncle B's barbecue.
Mhm.
He was at the farmers market last year. I got some of his. He was doing homemade test batches of barbecue sauce. I got a mango habanero barbecue sauce out of his test batch last year. Yeah, that was fantastic. Fantastic. I'm not sure if he'll be there this year or not, but last year it was pretty fun to have him at the farmers market as well. So
Did you taste the mango?
you could taste the mango, and the habanero had just the right bite. And I like spicy stuff, so it was very good. And of course, he's got flavors to fit all palates, but that one was really good. Really good. I think he might have put that one into full production too, or a version of it. So, good stuff. Good Faribault stuff.
Well, we're about out of time. But
Already?
again, December 2nd is the Winterfest.
Correct.
So get a float in there. The more the merrier.
Yep. Give a shout to the chamber. Kelly will get you signed up, and we're making it easy. No fee. Just get some lights on whatever you want to have in the parade. Pull a wagon. Right? I guess if a guy wanted to put together a bicycle and light it up and go on the parade, you could do that.
That's an idea. Chuck, congratulations on your new job.
Thank you very much.
I know you don't need any luck, but good luck. And that concludes today's edition of AM Minnesota, KDHLAM, Faribault, Minnesota. Have a great day.